hello. Listen, there are brands who are doing it right, and I want to talk to you about them today. All right, we're going to get right into it. We're going to start off with Danessa Myrix, okay? Danessa Myrix, I don't know if you know about her, but first of all, not only is she one of like the coolest people ever, she approaches all of her products from a problem-solving standpoint. Her most recent palette, which is just absolutely perfection. Okay, and if you are able to pick it up during the Sephora sale, I highly recommend you do. I just checked this morning and it was still available. I believe it's about $128. It is perfection. Danessa has filled a gap in an incredibly important space in the artistry of makeup, okay? The pure expression of color and texture and individuality, in my opinion. Her shadow formulas are unbelievable, okay? Just like a swatch of one shade is just unbelievable. One of the things that she tries to emphasize with her eyeshadows is one and done, okay? A swipe on the lids, blendable, you know, blendable, especially when it comes to something that is incredibly foiled, can be very intimidating to a lot of people, but she's trying her best to make it accessible to people. The effect, the pigment, in particular on deep skin, where you have actual color payoff. There are so many brands that just overlook deeper skin in their shade range, in their formulas, in the performance of products. I would say in pigments that end up having like a very, very light base, they end up looking really chalky, or they're too muted and they will not show up on deep skin. Danessa has intentionally created these incredibly like impressive and impactful eyeshadows that will work on a multitude of skin tones. I mean, I use these shadows and I absolutely love them. The blendability is so incredibly important because, like I said, she wants to give you the option of a one and done. Someone who is Ziva stole a lip liner and she's running around. Ziva, she's doing her best to make these intense colors accessible to your everyday makeup wearer, okay? Just kind of like nudging people into a place where it's like, experiment a little bit. Don't be afraid to express yourself with your makeup. I mean, just look at that blendability. Absolutely gorgeous. One and done, pick up with your finger, swipe on the lid, blend up a little bit, and you're good to go, all right? And I think that these kinds of shadows, these kinds of palettes, these kinds of colors are often very like intimidating to your regular makeup wearer. And so that's one of the things that I wanted to kind of like just hammer home when we're talking about this product in general. Now, what's really cool about this product in particular, I'm sure that you have heard a lot about, if you are familiar with Danessa Myrix, then you have heard about her like Yummy Skin products. I'm wearing the Yummy Skin concealer today. Her blurring, is it the balm? I can't remember what it's called, but it contains a product, an ingredient called Upsolate, which is incredibly like soft and blurring on the skin. It's really, really fabulous for like a multitude of skin types. What I love about this palette in particular is that it comes as a full palette, okay? Full palette. You pop off the top, you got all these eyeshadows, right? All these eyeshadows. Well, you can pop all of these little sections out. They all come out and you can travel with them individually. Now, what's really cool is that you can stack them, try not to like destroy them. You can stack them together, okay? They are all magnetic. And on the top of the palette, there's this little mirror that comes out. And you can use this as the little lid for these. Now, you obviously don't have to travel with all of them. You could just take one if you want to. But this is specifically for travel. So you have the option of having the full palette, right? Or you can take it apart. Now, what's really awesome about this is, okay, well, maybe you don't want to like travel with all three of these little palettes, but you want like multiple shades from each of the palettes, right? What you can also do, and I'm going to do this with a tweezer because I'm afraid of ruining my nails, you can remove the individual shadows so you can mix and match and create your own palettes, okay? And I love this so much. This is such a cool idea because we have all been in those, if you're a makeup lover, and I just did this recently, if you're a makeup lover, and especially if you're traveling with your makeup, it's so like you have this giant palette that you absolutely love, but it's heavy and you don't want to like think of like a Pat McGrath palette. Those things are heavy, okay? Like, are you traveling with a Pat McGrath palette? Absolutely not. Like So the fact that you can take this apart, customize all of the little sections. I believe, if I remember correctly, that when I did meet Danessa Myrix, she talked about how this palette came from a conversation that she was having with a fellow artist who was complaining, or I don't know if it was just like a fellow artist or a friend, who was complaining about like having to travel with makeup, and that it's just like, it made it, that whole situation, you know, like having a palette, it can just be so annoying to like carry an entire palette, and she wished there was some way to make it a little bit more accessible. And Danessa was like, all right, and she started like drawing stuff, right? Came up with this palette. You see that kind of like problem solving quality and innovation in all of her products, in my opinion. She's a working artist. She's worked on a lot of faces, okay? She's an inspired person, and she is absolutely creating not only like incredible makeup products for like the average consumer, from concealer, you know, all complexion products, to blush, to eyeshadow, incredible eyeshadows, to the most amazing eye pigments, to the most amazing like multi-use pigments that you can use all over your face, meaning eyes, cheeks, lips, everything. I don't know what I would do without Danessa Myrix eyeshadows. Like, they have just absolutely filled a hole in my makeup collection, you know? We've all seen foiled shadows, but I'm telling you, she does, everything she does is different, all right? And it's her. Speaking of artistry and accessibility, the next, I kind of want to talk about these two brands together because they are very similar in my eyes. We have Half Magic and we have About Face, all right? Now, I was first introduced to About Face, Halsey's brand, years ago. Cat's going crazy. And I absolutely loved everything that Halsey has, I have loved everything that Halsey has done with her brand. Not only About Face, but also AF94, which if you weren't familiar, is her much more affordable version. It's like About Face, but more affordable, making it so much more accessible for people who just do not have a big budget at all. And some of the products are absolutely fabulous. I haven't used everything from AF94, but in particular, I don't know if I have it over here. Let me see. They have these like she has these smudgy eyeshadow sticks. I used one once in a video and I was like, oh my God, this is so amazing. It's very different from what I'm holding right here. It's like a matte, creamy eyeshadow stick. So gorgeous. I highly recommend if you just like have been thinking about those or if you come across them. Really beautiful. Super blendy. From the jump, Halsey intentionally has made artistry and inspiration, like just and self-expression, the basis for her makeup brand. She's clearly extremely inspired by beauty and makeup and art. She does her own makeup, and I know that a lot of the products were inspired by like her having to perform on stage, hence the Performer Foundation. And its wearability, hence the eye paints, which are extremely long-lasting and waterproof. Gorgeous colors. You can do multiple things with them. You can use them as liners. You can, use them as eyeshadows. And with every single campaign that she has launched, I have just seen more and more expression, and I absolutely love that. Donnie Davy, who is an incredible makeup artist, the head makeup artist of the show Euphoria, who seriously put like glitter and sparkle rhinestones on the mainstream map. And thank you, Donnie, for doing that. She launched her brand Half Magic, which is, I would say, similarly incredibly inspired by just self-expression and artistry. All right. And she does incredible tutorials on like how she has created some of the work that she's done on Euphoria, how she uses certain products. Once again, the accessibility. This is one of my favorite products, the Sparkle Stick, in particular, Cloud Kid. I just love this. I love it so much. Oh my God. Just like the impact of that color is so incredible. And I can tell you right now, this is something that you can just draw all over your lid. You can blend it a little bit and it does not crease and it wears amazingly. So really bringing like the accessibility once again to like your average beauty consumer, okay? Your average makeup wearer, trying to like inspire people to play a little bit more with color and texture. And I know that I've heard from a lot of you in my comments that like some of the conversations that I've had about certain products or certain techniques have inspired you to actually play, to step outside of your comfort zone and not do the same old, like, one winged liner or one neutral eyeshadow, and experiment with like maybe a pop of color in the inner corner. I would say in terms of budget and accessibility, these are two of my favorite brands. I'm just like constantly impressed with what they come out with, and impressed by the performance of all of their products and the continuous inspiration. There's another two brands that I want to talk about kind of in tandem, Hindash and Auric. Now, obviously, Hindash is owned by Hindash. Auric is Samantha Ravindal's brand. OG to the beauty community, okay? President, at least, nominated by me, president of the beauty community. I haven't tried her newest complexion products, but I'm so freaking excited about those palettes. They look amazing. The thing that these two brands have in common is that the vision that they each have is very much the artist's vision, okay? So Samantha and Hindash are both creating their products with something very intentional in mind. For instance, Hindash throughout his products has had sort of this like gradient theme, starting with his Beautopsy palette, which was the first launch, which was absolutely incredible. I remember the first time I saw it, I was a little like taken aback by some of the colors. I was like, oh, I don't know about this. And I think it was because it was such a new thing. Gradients are, for a little bit of background, I actually used to work, I'm getting fallout. I actually used to work at a cosmetic manufacturer for like a very short period of time. I remember I was working at a startup beauty brand that didn't really go anywhere, but I remember talking about gradients with powders, and it's not an easy thing because you have slightly different formulas that you're trying to like blend together. And also just pressing it can be really difficult. This was something that I know he was extremely passionate about. I actually was, after he launched this, I had lunch with him and we talked about, this was before monochromance was ever anything. It was just a concept at the time. And he told me about the name, and he was going to launch it for Valentine's Day. So he really kept this theme going, this gradient, which has translated absolutely into his most recent launch, the highlighters, which are, since I got them, I haven't stopped wearing them. I'm wearing Doll Dynasty today. I just wore a little bit of like the gold shade, just a little bit on the top of my cheekbone. One of the things that I absolutely love about Hindash is he is not trying to pump out products. You can absolutely tell from each one of the products that he does launch that he has gone into this with a very specific intention, and he is taking his time to create this product and make sure that it is perfection when it launches, okay? So he is not thinking like, oh my God, it's Christmas. We need like, the holidays are coming up. We need to come out with a bunch of glitters or whatever. Or, oh my God, like it's summer's coming up. We need to come out with our skin tints and our glosses, like so many other brands who you see launch the same kinds of products every single year, every season, So intentional, and that is absolutely the same thing that Samantha Ravindal has going on. Auric Glow Lust, was Glow Lust the first launch? I think it was. Stunning, obviously. Like so much intention into creating luxury makeup very much through her vision. I think for me at least, Glow Lust, the shade range of Glow Lust was so incredible to me. And also just the formula, the way that she developed it, the reason that she developed it, all of the products that she has come out with are things that she wants to use. Once again, it's like filling in gaps, solving problems. Like she was a beauty consumer, right? And she's looking for like, where is this thing? I need this thing, which is also why I'm so excited to use the new cheek palettes that she has just recently launched. I think are they available yet? I don't know when this video is going up. So excited about that. So excited to just like, I don't know if you guys watched her recent video talking about them. I just recently watched this morning, the one where she was applying it. So excited because you can just tell how much went into it, And that's one of the main things that I absolutely love about her is that she is taking her damn time with all of these products. Now listen, some of this stuff happens in manufacturing, okay? Like I'm sure some of the delay is not something that she's excited about. However, it is absolutely a testament to the fact that she's taking her time with each of these products to make sure that they are exactly what she wants them to be. Oh, another thing that I wanted to just like shout out is the shade range. So if you go in on the Auric website, and there are other brands that are doing this, she will start her swatches with the deep skin tones. Now, what's so awesome about that is not only like have deep skin tones not been at the forefront, okay, and they're always pushed to the back. Whenever you go on to like any makeup brand and you go through like swatches, now again, there are some brands who are like changing this. It goes from like the palest all the way to deep, right? Deep comes last. Samantha has made deep first. All of her swatches start with the deepest shade. Now, what's the best thing about the brand is that she still does everything in order from deep to light. So you still have that gradient, okay? There are some brands, this is such a nitpicky thing for me, but there are some brands who are trying to say, oh, you know what? Deep skin has always been at the back. So we're gonna just jumble all of the tones, all of the skin tones. We're just gonna jumble it, okay? I'm trying to think of like an example. I can't think of somebody, but I was just looking. I remember I was maybe on Sephora and I was trying to look at a complexion product and it was like you had a couple deep tones, medium, pale, light, tan, like literally just like completely jumbled. That's not help. This is just a complaint for all the makeup brands. That is not helpful when you're trying to find your skin tone. So I so appreciate that she is absolutely putting deep skin first, but keeping in line the gradient from deep to pale so that we can actually like compare. Because if you don't have the comparison next to each other, you know, the swatches, it's like, I don't know what's happening here. I don't know what to do. Like, how do I find my shade? I appreciate that she is practicing what she preaches, that she is putting so much of herself into all of her products and has a very clear vision of what she wants to create. You can tell very much that these two people are experts in what they do and what they have experienced in the industry, and they are absolutely putting all of that into their products. Next up, I just have like a bunch of random products but I want to talk about Rare Beauty. I would say that like overall, Rare Beauty for me, it's not like every single product hits for me, but there are so many that I love so much. I mean, like, today I didn't use the concealer, but I was gonna say, when was the last time you just didn't see me use this concealer, you know? It took forever before I replaced the Rare Beauty foundation. There are so many Rare Beauty products that are incredible. Like I said, some that just don't really hit with me. But what I appreciate the most about Rare Beauty and what Selena Gomez is doing with it is she is absolutely practicing what she preaches. She has a message with this brand, and it isn't just like this hollow, we need to be nice to each other and blah, 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 whatever. It's not this hollow, like, throwaway slogan to sell products. She is absolutely backing it up with not only charity work, but all of the campaigns, all of the messaging, the way that they treat people, the events, and I don't mean like influencer events, but like the events around the brand that they use for marketing are used to promote and raise awareness for causes that are extremely important. From an influencer standpoint, I think I may have mentioned this example before, but I remember I just got a DM from them one time and they were just like, hey, we just want to send you like a Starbucks gift card. Hope you're like, so that you can like treat yourself to a coffee sometime. Hope you're doing well. Like that kind of thing. There was another holiday thing where I want to say it was like around Valentine's Day or something. And they reached out and they just said, we would love to share Rare Beauty with someone who's close to you. Please give us, like, I can't remember if it was like, give us the address or whatever, or if they sent the thing to me, but it was basically like, we want to send a gift to a person who's close to you from us. And it was so sweet. Like, it's just those little things. Like I said, they're not just using these slogans to sell products. They're using the products and the brand to further a message. And I really appreciate that. Oh my God. And then finally, Lisa Eldridge. Okay. So if you missed my London vlog, Lisa Eldridge recently brought me out to London to celebrate the launch of her newest lipstick. And I want to talk to you about it. I don't know that you probably have seen a lot of stuff talking about this, but this is her newest launch. This is her refillable lipstick. So the lipstick just kind of like pops out. You can purchase the lipstick like component, the holder, with a color, which I believe is like $60. But this is the first refillable lipstick that is fully recyclable. So you hold on to this beautiful I was gonna say capsule, this beautiful, can I just call it a capsule component? And then once your lipstick is finished, you can just like, you know, clean it out and recycle it. It's 100% aluminum. It's completely recyclable. There's no magnet. It just clicks right into the component. And she created a brand new, more like wearable everyday kind of formula for this in particular. I would love to see like refills of all of the formulas, to be honest. Like, I don't know, maybe that's something coming down the line. I have absolutely no idea. But I love the concept of this. I love that she set out to create something that was going to be completely recyclable so that you're not wasting a bunch of stuff. Like, what's the point? And it was not easy. There were a lot of setbacks, but she got there in the end, and created something so incredibly beautiful, like a little piece of jewelry, so that you don't have to sacrifice luxury for sustainability. I do want to show you the formula because it is incredibly blurring and smoothing. I'm just gonna have like a little bit of a blush color on my lips. I'm just gonna wipe this off, but leave my lip liner. So this is Ribbon. This is the shade Ribbon. Oh, and the bullet is so... Part of this clashes very much with my eye makeup, but it's fine. The bullet is so perfect for application. So you can kind of see, this is obviously a red, but compared to her matte formula, this is a little bit more hydrating, a little bit more balmy. Just gonna flip it, use the edge. Oh, I love Ribbon. Ribbon is my favorite color. Now, I think that this red would be like unbelievable on deeper skin, you know? Because like she mentioned in her video, if you didn't see it, she talked about how this formula is very much like, it's soft, it's blurring, it's hydrating, it's very much an everyday kind of color, okay? So for much deeper skin, I think that this red would look really incredible. It's obviously like, I'm very pale. It's really impactful on me. This is the only shade that I have right now. So I did want to give you just like a swatch so that you could see how it looks. But it's incredibly lightweight, incredibly comfortable, incredibly like, I was gonna say youthifying. It really softens the lines in your lips. So it's like, it really is just like the most perfect formula for daily wear, you know? Absolutely gorgeous. I love it. Sorry that it, is a little much with this eye makeup. But when I was in London, I had the opportunity to speak to Lisa about this launch specifically, but also other products. Thankfully, I had the opportunity to say this to her face. I said, it is obvious how much of yourself you put into your products. It is absolutely obvious. If you haven't tried something from Lisa Eldridge, you absolutely must. The eyeliners, the blendability, the quality, the mascara, the foundation, the skin tint, every single lipstick. She has so many lip formulas, which is incredible. There's something for everyone. Like the lip balms are unbelievable. Every single, the liquid silk, listen, oh my God. And the shimmery liquid eyeshadows. This is the thing. Every time she comes out with something, I'm like, I need this in every shade imaginable. I need this product in every single shade that has ever existed in the world, in someone's imagination, okay? When it comes to putting all of yourself and more into a makeup product, Lisa is unbeatable. She's absolutely unbeatable. I have so much respect for the fact that every single product that she does launch, she has everyone in mind, okay? Not just people who want impactful makeup, not just people who want soft makeup, not just people who are young and have youthful skin, not just people who are older and have more mature skin. She has every single person in mind. She has every skin tone, every skin type in mind. And it shows because of how incredibly user-friendly, blendable, lightweight. The wearability is always incredibly long. It's like somehow she has this checklist of like perfection, and she hits every single check with every product she comes out with. It's crazy. I have to put Lisa at the top, the absolute top of brands that are doing it right. Okay, regardless of how white this makes my teeth, it does look a little silly with all these orangey warm tones on my face. All right, listen, I could probably think of a few more brands that are doing it right, but those were the brands that really came to mind. Those are the brands who inspire me. The brands that every single time they launch a product, I'm excited for it. And I can't wait to see what all of them do next. You know, I'm so excited to see like how they evolve, how they continue to further the impact that they have already made on the beauty community, on people who are interested in makeup and beauty. I would just like to close out this video just encouraging you to play a little bit, experiment, play with a pop of color, okay? But I think that all of the brands that I spoke about today kind of hit every level of accessibility and also interest. Please let me know if you enjoyed this video, if you want to see more videos within this vein. If you did like it, please like, subscribe, and leave me a comment, and you can become a channel member if you are interested. It supports my channel. All right, thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna go. I'll see you next time.